Hey, coffee and espresso lovers, Mark here from Latte Love. You know, with cafes closed or a lot of us maybe stuck at home espresso has really taken off this year. Now, if you're getting into it, hopefully you're going to get some good beans and a nice burr grinder. But what grind settings should you use? You know, getting it right is critical, but often misunderstood. Now, once you know the basics, finding the right grind size is going to be really easy. To help you out, here's an encore presentation of my video on how to dial in grind size. It'll take you through the simple process, step by step, and I've got some tips and tricks in the video to make it even easier. As always, if you have any questions, use the comments and I'd be happy to get you a detailed answer. But real quick, before we go, well, I've got you here, just a reminder that Latte Love has the best selection of everything coffee and espresso, and you can see many of our products in 3D and augmented reality, so you can put them right on your countertop. And if you're looking to save, check out the sale page at Latte Love for Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals going on now and for the rest of the holiday season. With that out of the way, here's that video on dialing in grind size that's sure to have you making better espresso. Hey, espresso lovers, Mark here from Latte Love. Today I'm going to help you answer the question, what grind settings should I use for espresso? Oh, and check out our new studio. We've been off from producing new videos for a few weeks while we rebuilt our studio and upgraded our production capabilities to bring you even more content. Now, while we were out of production mode, I was still answering a lot of questions in the video comments. If you have any espresso or coffee questions, use those comments and I'll do my best to get you a detailed response, usually in one business day. Anyway, far and away the most common question I get is, what grind setting should I use? So today I'm going to help answer that question for you. It's relatively easy to get your grind right using a process called dialing in. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Know that after bean selection, getting your grind size right is the most critical variable in producing the best possible extraction. I'll also have some additional tips with regards to grinding coffee and grind size, including how you can stop static and why grind size is not set and forget. So do stick around for those. Now, to be clear, the technique I'll cover in this video applies to making espresso in standard, non-pressurized filter baskets. If using a lower cost entry-level espresso appliance, your appliance that likely uses a pressurized filter basket. With those, grind size changes have little, if any, effect on extraction timing. If you'd like to learn more about that, use the link up here or down in the description to check out my video comparing espresso made in pressurized and non-pressurized baskets. So you can see how small changes in grind size affect espresso extractions. I'll show you 3 extractions side by side in real time, each at a slightly different grind size. Now, a basic but breakable rule of espresso is extraction should take somewhere between 20 and 30 seconds. To get a basic idea of how the 3 shots compare, I'll run an on-screen timer starting at first drip. I use first drip to get rid of differences with pre-infusion and pump types. When you get the grind size dialed in right, you'll get richer crema with full body, balanced flavor, and you'll be producing to the potential of your beans. The shot to the right, that one's under extracting. The flow, it's far too fast. It's making crema due to a forgiving coffee, but it's going to lack body and is likely to be unbalanced with sour flavors. The shot on the left, it's over extracting. Visually, it may, look okay, but it's likely to be bitter and unbalanced, and the flow is far too slow. Shot in the middle, finished at 27 seconds. That's within the recommended timing of 20 to 30 seconds. That's going to be your goal when dialing in that shot in the middle. So dialing in is very simple. The goal is to produce a double espresso of 60 milliliters or 2 ounces in 20 to 30 seconds from the first drip of espresso from your portafilter spouts. To get there, you adjust the grind size over a series of shots until you hit that timing. If your shot is coming too fast, adjust the grind a little finer. If it's too slow, adjust your grind a little coarser. Simple, right? Well, it really is, so long as you keep all other variables the same. That means use the same coffee, the same amount of coffee, and it's going to be best to weigh the coffee dose for that. Have good distribution of grounds in your filter basket, even tamping and or leveling, and use the same brew temperature for each extraction. Expect to go through some coffee as you dial in. Don't worry if it takes you 5 or 6 shots as you learn the dialing in process and how a size adjustment on your particular grinder affects extraction timing. But as you get to know your grinder, it will take fewer and fewer shots to get dialed in. And really focus on keeping those other variables constant so it's only the grind size change affecting your extraction timing. So let me take you through dialing in from start to finish. But first, some tools to help you control those other variables. First is your grinder. A stepless model gives you more control over grind size. Now, I'm going to be using a Baratza Sette 270 WI. It distributes fluffy grinds very evenly to a preset weight directly into a portafilter. It's essentially stepless with macro and micro adjustment rings. Lacking a grinder that weighs as it grinds like the Sette 270 WI, you can use an external scale like this to weigh your grinds, or if you don't have a scale, you can slightly overfill a double shot basket and swipe with a finger to level. With most stock double shot 58mm baskets, that'll get you a weight of about 17 grams. From there, tamp your coffee and make sure it's level. Uneven tamping can lead to channeling of brew water through the coffee puck, which will throw off your results. Actual tamping pressure, that's really not all that critical. Just be slightly firm and try to use the same pressure for each tamp. Now, personally, I've gone to using levelers like this one. They distribute and compress the coffee evenly and increase consistency. I'm brewing on the ECM Classica. It's a single boiler PID machine, a serious tool for those who are more about the espresso and will do occasional milk drinks. That PID gives you accurate and reliable brew temps from shot to shot. For coffee, I'm using Maroma's Orfea. It's a favorite of mine and lots of our customers. It's an easy to work with Italian-style bean blend with low acidity that produces a rich, balanced cup with chocolate notes and lots of crema when the grind is right. So to start, I'll grind some coffee through looking for a grind size somewhere between table salt and granulated sugar. Once there, I'll grind 17 grams into my portafilter, use my leveler to distribute and compress the coffee, and pull my shot. Now, this one came too slow with the 60 milliliters, and I'm adding an extra 10 milliliters to account for the crema, coming in 39 seconds from first drip. Based on those results, I'm going to adjust my grind a little coarser in hopes of speeding up the extraction. Now, do note, depending on the grinder you are using, you may need to grind off and discard 3 to 6 grams of coffee after making a grind size change to flush out any grinds retained in the grinder at the old grind setting. My next shot with the slight grind size change to a coarser setting came in at 17 seconds for the 60 milliliters plus crema compensation. I'm getting closer, really almost there. I want my shot to come just a little slower, so one more grind size change, just a hair finer, and I think I'll have it. So grind into the portafilter, level, and compress, and here we go. Just remember, whatever tools you are using, consistency is key. Try to keep everything the same except for grind size. Now, this shot looks like the one. It ends up finishing at 26 seconds from first drip. With that, I'm dialed in. A couple of notes. Timing shots like this is the most basic method of getting your extractions into the ballpark. And for some people, timing and taste are as far as they're going to need to go. Beyond that are brew ratios, where you weigh the results of an extraction and compare that to the amount of ground coffee used. If interested, you can check out my video on using brew ratios using the link up here, or again, that'll be down in the description. Timing a shot is not the end all. I've had delicious shots that ran 40 seconds. In the end, it's about getting a flavor you like. At the start of the video, I mentioned some additional tips. First, controlling grinder static. In most cases, static is the result of low ambient humidity like you have indoors during heating season. A simple fix for static is to wet the beans a little prior to grinding. That can be done with a spray mister like this, or just use a damp finger to stir the beans prior to grinding. Also, don't expect your grind setting to be set and forget. When you change coffee, dose weight, or as beans age, you will likely need to make some grind size adjustments. If you have questions about dialing and grind or anything coffee, use those comments and I'll get you the answers. I'm Mark. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll subscribe and come on back soon for more of the best on everything coffee, brought to you by Whole Latte Love. Want to learn more? Subscribe now so you'll know about the latest videos on everything coffee from Whole Latte Love.